Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get cracking into the latest. And this is also going to include a couple of things that went down yesterday, because yesterday there was international football and England won. So I can hear it already. There's some of you that are going to be like, Younes, relax, you played Albania. You won 2-0 against Albania, chill. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. I'm not jumping up and down like a yo-yo, right? But it's Thomas Tuchel's first game. And it's so funny because personally, I think in the way that England played, yeah, it wasn't incredible. And the second half definitely dipped off compared to the first. However, do you remember when Chelsea had that game against Wolves, the moment Thomas Tuchel showed up and you could just see it finished 0-0? We didn't win, but you could see there was something different. Same story last night. Wasn't extraordinary, wasn't an unbelievable game, but I could see something different immediately. And it wasn't entertaining to the point I was like, oh my God, like there were moments that were like, this is a little bit low intensity. But you could see something different. I was like, cool. I'm happy. Considering it's Thomas Tuchel's first game, I'm happy. Because you could see, I mean, what happened? 75% possession or something stupid like that, right? Which in the end doesn't equate to much. But when you're looking at the way that Chelsea, I wish, the way that England played, we weren't going backwards and sideways all the time. It was constantly trying to find a way through. And it's so funny. I saw this online. I'm going to mention it because I think it's important. The same people that will protect the way Chelsea are playing at the moment were the same ones to mention yesterday England were boring. Are the same ones to say when Chelsea are playing that we're playing against a low block, can't get through. But when England couldn't get through a low block last night, didn't hear a bat. Is what it is. But this was the first game for this England team together. Thomas Tuchel's first game as well. The players have played together, but I mean in terms of this group under TT and whatnot, it's the first 90 minutes that we've seen. And they got the job done 2-0 at the end of the day, so happy days. But we're going to get to what Thomas Tuchel had to say, because that for me was the most important thing out of the whole night. What he said at the end. We'll get to that at the end. But we want to start off at Chelsea and a couple of things. But I do want to start off, not just with Chelsea, I want to start off with Younes Talks Football. Because you lot have asked. And I have delivered. So there's a link in the description. And there's should I put a link in the comments as well? Maybe. Reddit Mondays are back. Although it might not be Monday, but it will be weekly. Weekly Reddit videos are going to be here. And there's going to be a shift in content on the channel that I think is going to be beneficial for everybody. Myself included, but you guys as well. And I think it's going to bring an evolution to the channel instead of just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I want to try and take it higher now and introduce new things. So watch this space. But Reddit Mondays was something in demand. You guys wanted it, but I got it. Look, nearly every video that I do, there's always people in the comments, are you doing Reddit Mondays? Bring back Reddit Mondays. Bring back Reddit Mondays. I'm like, you know what? There's a Reddit page. It's down below in the description. It's not the same username as the old one because the old page apparently got banned. I didn't get any notification of this, but apparently it got banned. I don't know what you guys have been posting on there, but it's no longer available, so I can't use the old username, so I've taken off an L, right? It's Younes Talks Football, but without 2 L's. It's got 1 L. But anyway, link in the description. Make sure you're following the Reddit. Post whatever you can on there. Keep it clean. But anything football related, anything Younes Talks Football related, anything in terms of YouTube, whatever, post it. Keep it clean. The best will be featured in a weekly video from now on forth. So make sure you're following the Reddit. Much appreciated. Let's get into the... that's going to be an interesting series, by the way. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to pull out. But let's get into matters at hand at Chelsea Football Club. We're going to start off with, this was one of the stories from yesterday. One thing I do want to mention as well before I forget, the news videos in this sort of concept is what is going to be, I wouldn't say disappearing. When there's big news to react to, I will react, but I'm not going to be reacting to news every day. There will be a replacement. And that replacement is going to be an interesting one, not just for you guys, but for new viewers as well. So keep your eyes peeled. That's going to be starting from possibly next week. If not the week after, max. Definitely by the week after. But keep your eyes peeled. Here's the latest from Chelsea. Joao Felix may be reintegrated on the basis that Chelsea may struggle to find a permanent buyer. What do I say to this, man? I don't have anything against Joao Felix. Personally, I like the player. I like Joao Felix. When I hear this, if I have Joao Felix back in the squad, I'm not complaining. But what I am going to say is it shouldn't be like this. You know? Because Joao Felix and his whole saga at Chelsea has just been twisted beyond belief. It's twisted. It's twisted. We didn't get him to Chelsea because we want to use him or we see him of huge value. We got him to Chelsea just to get Gallagher gone. So that's mistake number one. Yeah. He gets to Chelsea and all of a sudden we're not using him. Maresca's not interested in having him. So we find a way to get him out, and it's not to sell him, it's to get him on loan because there's no buyer. So we get him sent on loan, right? After getting him in, within a couple of months, yeah? Well, I say a couple of months, interest was lost in him completely. 6 months down the line, we get rid of him in January and he's out on loan. Mistake number two. When you consider that we maybe could have actually used him in the absence of form that we've had with Cole Palmer. So that's mistake number two. He's gone on loan. He's not been playing brilliant, but then again, AC Milan as a whole haven't been playing brilliant. People want to pin it on Joao Felix like it was his fault entirely when they've got ownership problems and fans that are unhappy and entire saga themselves going on at the moment at their football club. But he hasn't been playing well at AC Milan, so we're going to reintegrate him just because no one wants to buy him. Mistake number three. Is this a way to run a club? Is this a way to run, is this a reason to have a player at your club? Shouldn't have been here in the first place, didn't want to use him, forced to use him because no one wants him. What is this? What is this, man? That's my issue with the whole Joao Felix saga. I think if used correctly, there can be a value from him. Like I said, especially in terms of coming in when Cole Palmer's been a little bit iffy, I think could have been a bit beneficial to have him in the number 10 role with a little bit of freedom. I think you might get something out of him. He's not a rubbish player. People paint him like he's crap. I don't believe that. But we're only going to reintegrate him because no one wants him or we can't find a buyer. Why did we buy him in the first place then? Oh, because, yeah, we wanted Gallagher gone. Do you see what I mean? Is that right? Is this a right way to run a club? It's not. We should have got him in the first place then. You know? But that would have resulted in keeping Conor Gallagher, which was a no-no. Do you get my gist? I hope you do. So let me know your thoughts on that. This follows on to this, what I'm about to show you now. Nizar Kinsella has actually come out with the truth. And some people want to say, even some people that are okay with this will go, yeah, we knew. What's the problem? We knew. Oh, did you? Oh, so people are cool with it then. Let's check it out. So Nizar Kinsella says, buy young stars on lower wages, spread the payments over long contracts, keep flipping players and sell on unwanted talent for a profit. That is Chelsea's strategy in a nutshell. So it's been admitted. Finally, it's admitted, right? It's admitted. Because I'm sorry, I'm under the pretense that people didn't actually understand what was going on. But I'm actually getting comments from people that, no, they knew. Like, oh, so you're just okay with this then? Here's me thinking that people maybe just didn't understand what was going on. No, everyone knows what the club's doing. If everyone knows what the club's doing, then as far as I'm concerned, people deserve what they get. If this is the point, I am actually going to stop pointing at the owners. I'm going to stop. It's not worth it. I'm going to stop it completely. Good luck to you, lads. Clay Lake, Bowley, all of you, good luck. You have found the fan base that are vulnerable and naive. Congratulations. You know what? Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Simple as that. Simple. Because in my eyes, my opinion, the way that I see it, this whole thing about flipping players and sell on unwanted talent for a profit, people are going to look and go, that's a good thing. Why is it a good thing? Why do we have to keep experimenting on players when we can actually go and get players that we genuinely want, that we know are going to be the players that we need for this team right now? End of story. We wouldn't need to worry about, is a player going to do well? Is he not going to do well? There would have been enough to show us that's the player we need, like we used to. Or like other big clubs do. They need a player in a position. They don't go looking for the next experiment. They go looking to according what they are pretty certain. It doesn't always work out 100%, but there's a pretty high win rate. 80, yeah? You might get the odd signing here and there, which is like, hey, that's not quite worked out. Yeah? That can happen. But when you look at it from our perspective, where we're getting players that are all experiments, yeah? And we're just hoping they're all going to click. And the ones that don't, it's fine, we can sell them in for profit. Well, why get them in the first place? In this case, it's to get profit. But I'm arguing that why don't you just not spend on those players in the first place, go and get fewer players, but players that you know are players that are going to fit and players that are of a good caliber and a good level that will come in and have instant impact. No, that's not good apparently. That doesn't make sense anymore. It made sense for the 120 years that we've played football, but now it doesn't make sense. Okay, cool. So we're going to constantly go on experimental players and hope for the best, and the ones that don't, it's okay, we can just flip them. There's people that will say, no, it's a good thing, yeah, it's a good thing. Okay, okay. If it's a good thing, cool. My argument is that not all of them will stick. The most of them won't stick. You might get one or two. You might get one or two young starlets that will go, whoa, okay, now that's a good one. But it's not all of them. My argument, instead of going after 10 Kellymans and Dewsbury Halls and David Washingtons, and the list goes on, you can see all the players that we've bought. I would rather go save that money or put it together and go and get one top signing. But we don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore. Because that's not going to generate you money in the short term. That is going to help generate success, which is always a bit of a risk because you're never sure of actually going and winning trophies. But that way, yeah, we don't actually need to win trophies, but we've got a margin on profit that we are pretty sure we're going to get maybe 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years down the line. Okay. Okay. This is why I say, whoever is cool with that, then you deserve whatever you get. Simple as that. Now, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to move to Thomas Tuchel now and England. And we actually got the picture I was asking for. But it happened at the game. Here it is. There you are. As Miz has said here correctly, this is all we have now, memories. And it is. I mean, Reece James came on last night. Very nice to see. TT had his arm around him and all sorts. And brought back good times. It brought back good times. I'm happy that I'm happy they're together at least. At least. It's better than nothing, you know. At least they get to do it for England. Cool. Now, Thomas Tuchel spoke, ironically, and I want to show you this. Two things, right? Let's start off with what he actually said in the England programme yesterday about him getting the England job. He said a funny story, though it is that during my time at Chelsea, When I was living in London and experiencing the passion and support from the whole country for the Three Lions during the Euros in 2021 and the final at Wembley, I called my manager, I guess, and said, okay, after we're finished at Chelsea, this is amazing what's happening in this country. We have to try to become the national coach here. This is unbelievable. But it was very theoretical. It was more of a joke, but it became true. So I'm very happy. So that's very, very nice to hear and see. He goes on to say that his career highlights so far, clearly winning the UEFA Champions League trophy with Chelsea. The whole experience, being in England, in the Premier League, playing in 6 finals over 18, 19 months and winning 3 was huge, a huge experience and at the top of the list. Can I just, for the people at the back over there that can't hear, 6 finals in 18 months, man. 6 finals. And we won half of them. We lost half of them. So, actually, I did watch-longs for all of them. We lost to Liverpool. We lost to Leicester, I remember that. I was going crazy thinking we'd scored and then it got ruled offside, didn't it? Ben Chilwell scored and I was just like, oh my God. I was on that watch-long, I remember coming on going and then I was the one that was shut up. So, yeah, unlucky. But 6 finals in 18 months, man. What a time. Yeah, TT. Quality. Now, TT, talking about TT to end on, he said something at the end of the game. This is what I was alluding to earlier on. Something very important at the end of the game, which just people need to hear. Yeah, people need to hear. Because we won 2-0. England won 2-0. And it wasn't great. But we didn't get the England manager, like we would have done under Gareth Southgate, coming out and going, you know, we played well. You know, we got the result. And I thought the lads were bright and dynamic, and you know, we played the way we wanted to play, and we got the result, and we're very happy. Now we didn't get that. Got this instead. Both of our wingers were not as impactful as normally they can be. That's Thomas Tuchel and Phil Foden and Marcus Rashford's performance against Albania. He went on to say that overall, he wasn't happy. Overall, there was a blueprint to try and break in between the lines, those diagonal passes onto runners, to be quite engaging, to have wingers that are taking on defenders constantly. And he said we didn't get that from Foden or Rashford tonight, not as much as we normally see from them at their clubs. Which is why during the game you saw that Anthony Gordon came on, Jared Bowen came on. We had a little bit of a change that happened. But this was his first analysis. And immediately he is onto a couple of players. I expect more from you. And what was the reaction to that? Because you get people that look at club football, and we get this with Chelsea. Instead of actually calling players out, we try to get overprotection. But as far as I'm concerned, there's protecting players and then there's lying. It's okay to protect players to an extent, but don't lie. Don't lie. You can take the focus off of things and try and do something yourself instead of just coming out and saying something that wasn't. Like we got from the Arsenal game, post-Arsenal game, where we got it from Maresca and we got it from Caicedo himself, but saying we played better than Arsenal. What? No, we didn't. Stop lying. I'm not cool with that. For me, I'm not cool with that. That's just straight up gaslighting the fan base. Pretending that it's something when it's not. No. The reaction from this, for all the England fans, go and look at the reaction. Everyone's like, oh, wow, no, you're correct. Thomas is correct. Yeah, no, I'm with Tuchel here. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, no, Foden did stink the place. He wasn't good. Rashford wasn't good. He was average. Yeah, no, that's true. Hope this lights a spark up there. I was going to say something else. Their backsides. Hope, you know, this has a good impact on them. It's a wake-up call. Cool. Exactly. I agree. This is the top level. You want to win things. You need this pressure. If not, forget it. Now, correctly so, some people are going to say, yeah, no, but Younes, with Chelsea, it's different. We got a bunch of young lads. Well, there's your problem. I rest my case. Simple as that. Simple as that. But with England and Tuchel, immediately, straight up, honest, interview, press conference, said it as it was. Got the result, great, and that counts, cool, absolutely, priority, but against certain opposition, you need to be set in a certain level. And Albania, with all due respect, as much as they tried to make it super hard with the low block, and also that they played an ultra defensive low block, right? But still, the levels are the levels. This is England. You need to be showing up. You need to find a way to break through. End of story. Now, if you're playing a top team, okay, then you can honestly think about getting a result. No problem. But the levels need to be set here. And I feel like with club, I feel like with Chelsea, we've become too accepting of whatever we see just because, but the result just about came in, so it's fine. Nah, it's not. And then when it matters against the big teams, we can't get them. I wonder why. Much like we played a very, very average Arsenal on the day, and they played against a very, very, very poor Chelsea at the end of the day. So that's my issue here. But big up to Tuchel for being completely honest and real. And the England fan base, not a fan base, it's a country. The English recognized it and they appreciated it. And big up, respect. So let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Don't forget, hit the Reddit. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Look after yourselves, people. Thank you so much. Take care and peace.